Welcome to the Multiverse Podcast, episode 19. That means episode 20, and then episode 21 will be our first live podcast on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jimmy or Chaos, with my co-host, Warren or Cosmic, and Wes or Wes Nemo. I don't know what
The goat.
The goat, aka Wes Nemo. What's up? What's up,
There
homies?
you go, Wes Nemo.
What's up, gamers?
Welcome, everybody. This will probably be the last podcast before Christmas. I would assume.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because we record after Christmas.
we'll record after Christmas, and then we have the episode 21. We've got a lot to go over. I'm just going to tell you up front. You already know the drill. Apple, Spotify, wherever you want to find us, you can find us. TikTok, Instagram, TikTok until January 19th, probably. We'll see. We'll probably talk about that in one of the episodes when it gets closer to that too. Oof. And comment, get involved. We truly, truly appreciate everybody that watches and listens to the podcast.
Totally.
I think we just start off with the biggest thing going on. And all three of us can give our reactions, give our rating of what we think so far. The Superman trailer has dropped. It is real. Superman is back.
More real than GTA 6.
More real than GTA 6. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Get
it, Jimmy. Get it.
I've seen the internet. I've seen a lot of positive reception, and I've seen the people that I feel just try to put something out there to rage bait. I really, truly feel that way on a lot of these things now, where people are just looking for clicks and reactions, and you get to a point where you can't really validate or hold them to being credible when it comes to an opinion or anything, because you can tell it's very, very just agenda driven on what they want to try to get out there in the algorithm. So
Hold on.
What?
Let me ask you that. Are you referring to like outlets, people?
I'm referring to certain creators, outlets, just anybody with a presence that puts out content. There's a lot of them out there that you can tell they're going to go against the grain just to get a reaction.
No matter
doesn't feel
what,
genuine.
right?
Doesn't feel genuine no matter what, positive or negative. So
definitely a thing nowadays. Definitely a thing.
it is. I watched it, and I was taken back. I felt revitalized with my thought of Superman. The score is one of the best scores I've ever heard in a trailer. They absolutely crushed it. It set the vibe. It gave me goosebumps. It did absolutely everything it was going to do. I saw some people like handling or saying the crypto thing was that's out of pocket, whatever. No, it's not. If you read comics, you would know that
wild. James
Gunn is actually doing things from the comics, not just the DC, like the Snyderverse and stuff like that, where they're off doing their own things. So the crypto thing was amazing. I know crypto doesn't look like the comic crypto. Don't care at all. I think he looked awesome. The fact that we saw Superman like beat up in that heavy breathing, like wheezing, dude, he hit so many different strings for me with that. One of the big things people said, there was too many characters jammed in there. I don't think so. I think you're introducing not only a brand new Superman, but a brand new universe.
I mean, this is literally the start, right?
Yeah, this is the start. I thought they did that well. I like the moments of people like needing hope and needing Superman. The kid with the flag saying Superman like made my gut drop when he did it, when he saved the girl. Somebody said it looks like Flash CGI. Once again, you're rage baiting. You're absolutely nuts. This thing is pristine. If you stop it and watch it in 4K, frame for frame, this thing is crazy, crazy good. So for me, I am 1,000 times more excited than I already was, and you already know I was excited for James Gunn's Superman, and now I am on board. You can't get me off board with this. I mean, Lex Luthor, dude looks as petty as he can be, angry, perfect casting. Yeah. Guy Gardner, people don't even know about the comics. The Guy Gardner, there's a Guy Gardner in there that has the bowl cut.
Yeah, it's incredibly comic accurate. Yeah,
it's so just how he is.
He's probably gonna be the best character as well.
He probably will be.
I was shocked that we saw him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
agreed.
I was shocked that we saw him in there. Yeah.
I thought it was a home run, absolute home run.
Dude, deep. Oh my gosh, my mind is just racing, bro. Like, okay, so did you guys watch Creature Commandos yet?
Yes.
Okay, so did you watch the latest one, the one that dropped? Like, okay, so I'll try not to spoil it, but there's a villain in Creature Commandos that there are people saying is the same villain that's in a newspaper, like on a newspaper in Superman. And if that's the villain, which I'm not going to mention, but you guys know, absolutely crazy to start with him.
Well, they're connected universes, so
yeah, dude. I mean, there's like Ultraman potentially. There's some people that thought that it's either Ultraman or who was the other person? Somebody else, but
the only one I saw was Ultraman.
Yeah, shot for shot, like, bro, amazing. Field? Yeah, the football field.
Yeah.
Dude, Barovia in it, which, like, bro,
I
have no idea. I'm so excited.
I've heard a crazy theories about Ultraman, because Ultraman's supposed to be like he's Superman, right?
Yeah, he's the evil Superman. Yeah,
right, exactly. So I've heard just some people throw this out there, right? It's not like a leak or anything, but think about how crazy it would be if they unmask Ultraman. It is a clone of Superman, but it's Henry Cavill.
No way. No way.
Could you imagine how crazy?
I could imagine how crazy it would be, right? But I don't think James Gunn is going to give him that. I think he is adamant about this is new, this is fresh.
But this would, if they're just going to kill him off, then who cares?
True.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's gone, right? He's not Superman. He's like the clone, but then he's just gone. That would be pretty crazy. But I personally I loved the trailer, like zero complaints, no notes, but I reacted to it. And, a lot of people love it, but then a lot of people are just like, this looks terrible. I'm like,
we weren't watching the same trailer.
Terrible. It's like one of those things where it's like, I'm not judging you and telling you you're wrong because everyone has their own opinion. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't get how you think this. I just don't understand, because to me, I'm like, I loved everything about it. And Crypto was my favorite part.
It was awesome. Take me home.
And he was inspired, that particular dog, because of a dog that James Gunn adopted in real life. So it looks like his dog, except his dog's like brown. But like it's the shaggy, I don't know dog breeds, but it's like the same breed, right? So that was inspired by his real life, which means there's a lot of care that's going to go into that. And I can actually see the care that went into making this movie with the trailer. And it is a very different vibe than the Henry Cavill Superman and like what Snyder was trying to do. I'm not saying I didn't like that, because I love Henry Cavill Superman. But this is more of like a hopeful Superman, right? Like he does tend to give you more hope, which I do really, really like.
I mean, he's supposed to. That's what Superman was about. And I saw the thing where they were trying to decide on the colors for the costume, and James Gunn was leaning towards something different. And then what's his name? I don't remember the actor now. What's his name?
David Cornsweet.
David said we should keep the bright colors because the bright colors is what makes kids feel safe.
Right. And yeah. It was about that was the same thing with the trunks, because he said kids can't be scared by him. And so it's like he based them off of like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Because kids like wrestling.
Dude, okay. Oh my God. I'm just going to say it. Like, can I, do you guys care if I spoil the villain? Because I got to talk about it, bro. My brain.
Go for it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Mute for 10 seconds.
Okay. Gorilla Grodd, bro.
That was fast.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I did hear that.
Yes, dude. If he is the big bad in Superman, like we've already got kaiju there that are like, fighting in downtown.
I actually thought that was really cool. The kaiju.
Dude, that was really sick. Cool. Yeah. And then, another scene. Yeah. I've got to talk about this, bro. Another scene. You have Lois and Superman. They were like, inside, they were like, he was like putting on his boots and stuff, and they were like looking out at the window, and there was like that one, which some people think it's Solaris, but I just think it's just another kaiju. But people were like, why isn't Superman going out there and help, or like, saving the day? Well, a lot of people were like, it could have been just Guy Gardner taking care of the issue.
I've seen some people say that like you can kind of see Guy Gardner fighting in the background.
Yeah, dude, so sick. Like I've watched it probably 20 times. I've watched every reaction video that I've seen.
Well, right. And did you watch mine? No.
I did. It was one of the first ones.
Thank you. And that should be, but that's how that universe should be, right? There's a giant thing attacking like Metropolis. It's not like there aren't other superheroes there, right? That's how it should be.
Another thing, like people were complaining about the suits of like Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl. They all had similar suit designs. So that tells me that there's already like this almost like team up already.
Right.
Continuity.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
but not like the Justice League, something different.
No. It's oh gosh. Oh no.
I can't remember it either.
They did it for Wonder Woman. Pedro Pascal's character. He's now being played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother. His organization is what they're saying that they're with now. And that's why there's uniformity with their uniforms.
Also, they did a really good job at making that universe feel lived in.
Yes.
You know,
like it felt like there was actual superheroes, like
stuff going on,
like special, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell Lord.
Yes.
So that's what they're that's what I heard. I can't remember where, but I heard something about, so Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother's playing Maxwell Lord, and they're kind of working for him. And that's why the suits are the same.
Yeah.
Let me
so like do you think that what does like Lex have to do? Do you think Lex is like hiring Lord's company to like
I think Lex is like that, in that he's like Kingpin. I think he's gonna kind of transcend. He'll be in all the movies, like, and kind of build up to be something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or he's a problem, but they go back and forth. They probably have a history.
Well, and
actually, they haven't crossed paths yet. Like according to I
really?
can't remember. Yeah, so they haven't crossed paths yet, but we clearly see that Luthor is up to something.
Right.
We don't know what.
Does that revolver have kryptonite bullets in it?
I think so.
It has to, bro.
I the second I saw that, I thought there was kryptonite bullets in it.
Also, that shot, bro, so good, bro.
Yeah, he looked like a Bond villain.
He did.
Yeah, that's like my instant reaction was he looks like a Bond villain and Hitman.
People will find anything to hate. Somebody's like, "Oh, Superman punches through glass." Wow, he literally, it's going to be some fortified,
right? Yeah, it's like
that he just shows the power.
Like
Lex Luthor captured him.
Somebody else said, "Why did Superman flinch when he got hit? When the dude hit him with the can or whatever when he was walking and thing? He didn't flinch. It just he was like, "Oh yeah, you hit me." People,
well, you never know what's gonna hit you, right? Was it a kryptonite bullet? I think some people went into this hating it before they saw it.
I agree, and if they're stuck on Henry Cavill, and their argument is Henry Cavill's better, I see a lot of that too. Henry Cavill's suit, Henry Cavill versus the Temu Superman. If you're of that, then don't even watch it because you're not going to enjoy it.
It's like I prefer the Henry Cavill suit. Like, I prefer that suit. I don't hate this suit by any means, but I definitely prefer Cavill's suit. But I mean, it's Superman.
I like what this suit's representing. I like the vibe of where they're going.
Right. I like all the stuff behind it.
And who says he doesn't upgrade later? Or
well, that's what some people were saying because it starts off that way. And was it Superman and Lois? Like in the first episode, he had the. What are they just the underwear? What are they calling it? The shorts, the briefs, whatever they're called. Yeah. And then eventually he doesn't. Right. Yeah. So it's like, well, and James Gunn didn't want that. David Corn Sweat fought for it. So maybe it changes, halfway into the movie, by the end of the movie, who knows? But I mean, does that define whether a movie's good or not? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, looks terrible. I don't see. One, I don't see how like you said, Jimmy, I don't see how people are complaining about CGI.
There's
how?
Yeah.
You just need the kaiju. The scene where he stops, where he just goes in front of the girl,
covers the girl is
slow motion. I literally was like, that's like
Superman.
Cinema. It's literally cinema. Like, it's amazing.
Or when he's getting pushed by, we think, Ultraman on the football field. That was a really good one too.
It all
slow it down and look at it.
Me. I don't see where the CGI complaints are coming from, other than
it's rage bait.
I just hate anything with this movie because I'm a Snyder fan.
It's literally rage bait. Let's see if I can get people arguing about it and disagree with me.
I saw this one reaction where this dude was like, he's a prominent YouTuber, he's very much a James Gunn hater. James called him like a basement dweller or whatever.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I watched the reaction. I'm like, this dude had a predetermined hate boner for this freaking trailer before you even watched the dang thing.
You know what's funny is, What's funny is a lot of people on Twitter sent me that dude's tweets and stuff like that. They're like, isn't it funny how people are just going to hate no matter what? I really like this, but this dude, I was like, well, ignore him.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, just ignore him. I'm like, yeah, like that's all you have to do. Like there's clearly people out there.
It was GD.
Right. And it's just like, you could tell in that situation, it is rage bait. And personally, I don't really care. I don't like that guy. So
I saw a few people hating on the score, which just told me I invalidated him immediately.
Big fan.
I got goosebumps multiple times just from the music.
Yeah.
Just
beautiful
from the music.
Rendition
hey,
of John
whoever
Williams.
cut this trailer, you did a fantastic job.
Good stuff, James.
That's it. Let's stick with it. We'll focus in on Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Guy Gardner hate. Some people say he's a cross between Harry from Dumb and Dumber and I don't know who else. But once again, if you're a casual fan and you're just here to go watch Superman and you're like, oh wow, that's a weird looking Guy Gardner, I understand that. But if you're posing as somebody who has knowledge of comic books and the DC universe and you're hating on that, then you're a poser and you're a pretender. Because you're just here visiting and go about your way because it is literally comic book accurate.
How do I blow something up? I'm trying to blow something up here. Here, hold on.
I think that dude's. I just have a feeling he's gonna just cook as that character.
He's gonna crush it. Nathan Fillion is already a funny dude.
Yeah,
and with James Gunn, funny. Like you already know, he's supposed to look ridiculous. That's the point.
I'm trying. You know? I'm trying. What did I just do? I'm trying. So
whoa,
there we go.
That was cool.
Okay, Warren.
Warren is an expert.
Mr. Producer.
I'm trying so hard.
But look at that bowl cut. I mean,
I know.
It's literally how he looks, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
so once again, pretenders, posers.
Oh no.
You screwed it up now. There you go.
I got you. Easy.
So I think it's good.
It literally looks just like he looks in the comments.
Are we
like it?
Are we all in agreement? It was a hit. I'm excited.
Massive.
I almost teared up like that. Like I've been waiting for the
I got a little emotional too.
Once the John Williams, like you were about to say it, dude.
The score. It was the score. The score said
electric
everything.
Guitar.
The riff in the beginning.
The wheezing and the calling crypto and him holding his dad on the farmhouse. It just and then him getting hit in the back of the head and people like mad at dude.
It's an immediate contrast to the other movies.
Yeah, it is. And even in the first scene, just the audio for the like when he hits the ground, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounded amazing. Like
the thing about Henry Cavill and his Superman was, do you bleed? And first scene that we've seen of Superman,
he's bloody wheezing.
Yeah, he could bleed, you know?
Coughing up blood.
He's not this this amazing, like OP character.
Well, no. What it is, it makes you. We're going to appreciate when he does go OP.
Exactly.
Well, but he's so much more relatable now because remember that's my whole thing that we've talked about this podcast a lot. I'm like, he's overpowered. This is better to me. I like vulnerability of.
He's like the Captain America. Like
he's definitely vulnerable
grounded.
In comics, but yeah, exactly. Like, I think it was a grand slam.
Awesome.
James gets it, dude.
Yeah, I'm super excited. All right, let's switch over to the MCU, and this kind of upsets me because it's a spoiler. I'm about to give you a spoiler for Captain America: Brave New World. Spoiler alert! 1, 2. Yes, it is. Harrison Ford said he's ready to return as Thaddeus Ross, Red Hulk, in future MCU projects. I'm awaiting my new assignment. I think it will be fascinating to see where the character goes if he goes anywhere. Well, guess what, guys? Red Hulk doesn't die in Captain America: Brave New World. There you go. Spoiler alert.
But did a lot of people really think he was
I half expected he could.
But he did say at the end, oh yeah, if he goes anywhere. I don't know. I just did a video on this. This is a video I launched before we started filming. I think it makes sense if we're having like World War Hulk stuff, but what really makes sense is based on what we've seen Marvel do recently, they're going to have like everyone in Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean,
no, I agree.
Downey's back. Evans, Scarlett Johansson's rumored to come back now. I mean, like, yeah, it just makes sense at this point to have him in there as well.
I'm saying that answer leaves nothing to the imagination in terms of Okay, cool. Him and Captain America are fighting. I don't care. Neither one of them's dying. There's no.
We have lots of fights where no one dies.
I know that, but there's no, what's the word? There's no skin in the game for this.
Stakes?
There's no stakes.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, there's no stakes to it.
I mean, there's ways that they can. Here's all I really care about is if they made it better. If they decided to change something to make the movie better, cool. Because we know they do test screenings for this stuff all the time, right? They make changes and do test screenings, but it's better. I don't care. I didn't need Red Hulk to die.
I didn't need him to die either. I'm just saying, I like trying to go into some of these with some imagination of what could be, what might have been.
Leaks and spoilers.
Yeah,
I've made a career off.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Who all held Mjolnir? Name everyone who did. Are we talking in the MCU?
So yes, in the MCU, yes.
Yeah.
There's been
some Thor, Vision, Captain America out of the gate.
Yep.
Who?
Bad guys.
Is this lifting it?
So that's the part of that's the whole situation that we're.
Well, we're not saying lifting the entire
the Hulk
squad.
Technically held it, but couldn't lift it in the first Avengers film, right? So
that's part of the thing. But the question is who could wield Mjolnir?
Okay. Who could wield, not hold?
Yeah, in the MCU, who all wielded Mjolnir?
Vision,
the three
Captain America, Thor, Hela.
So that's the part that I'm mentioning. There's I saw this TikTok and people were
Did
like,
Ultron do anything with it?
No.
I mean, he got his face bashed in with it by Vision.
Did Thanos do anything with it?
No, Thanos couldn't pick it up.
Did he try to pick it up in the MCU?
I believe so in Endgame. I could be wrong.
So to format it, the question is did Hela actually wield Mjolnir, or did she just stop it? There's a whole debate.
She stopped it and broke it, but you could say that was her manipulating and wielding it in a way. Like
I don't think she should have been able to stop it. But then you have to ask yourself, is she worthy? She's not worthy, right?
But does she need to be worthy? Because she previously did wield it before.
She did.
And that's true.
The question is,
you know what? Oh.
Because like she technically gripped it, but this is a whole thing.
Oh crap! We're forgetting freaking Jane.
Jane Foster. Yeah.
But I think the whole point for this was it's to talk about
Hela.
Because so her wielding it before, that was before Odin.
Before the Odin enchantment.
That came in the first Thor, right? He enchanted it technically in the first Thor movie. So we don't actually see her like grab it, pick it up, wield it.
But so basically Mjolnir before that was just like a hoochie hammer. Like it would let anybody hold it.
So let me actually give you guys the clip.
Anyone can pick me up. You can pick me up. You can pick me up. Mm-hmm. Everyone can pick me up.
Until Odin gave it standards. Like
and Thor 1, he gave it standards. He put the enchantment on it.
So I'm gonna give you guys a clip real quick. Watch this. We'll overlay this on screen as well. But there's the clip. Tell me, do you think that she wield it? Did she control the power, or was she merely stopping it and then crushing it?
Hold on. I got this. Wait, is it the whole
she touched
thing,
it,
or it's just at the end?
Just that. I mean, you can watch the whole thing if you want. What are we thinking?
She stopped it.
But did she stop it, or did she wield it? Did she hold it?
I think
because look at the very end. Look at the leather strap.
Let me go back.
That's the whole discussion. The leather strap.
What about the leather strap? It's still moving.
It's
forward.
still it's trying to.
It's still acting as its
momentum towards her,
pushing forward.
But is he trying to like grab it, or is that her?
No,
is that her?
No. It stopped it and broke it.
That's why her hand's moving.
Yeah.
So we think that she didn't wield it.
She just stopped it.
Okay.
Because it was in Thor's control. Because his hand's still doing this the whole time.
Do you know what I think? I think she just understands Asgardian magic.
And she's just above it.
She was just really strong.
And possibly the spell that Odin put on it because she's the firstborn, right?
Mhm.
I think she probably has a better understanding, which is why she used to wield it herself as well, right? And she fought alongside her father, massacring people. I think she just probably has a higher understanding and was able to stop it. I don't think she could wield it now because of the enchantment. Otherwise, I think she probably would have grabbed it and used it.
Yeah. Now, what about Vision? So, why was he able to? There's another thing. It's the elevator theory. If Mjolnir is in an elevator and the elevator
still goes up,
is the elevator worthy? Because what makes Vision worthy?
I think Mjolnir's smarter than that. I think it's
it's like a sentient being, right? I mean, we even saw Stormbreaker get jealous. Thor: Love and Thunder, right? I mean, there and I actually one part about Thor: Love and Thunder I really liked was that they're showing Thor and Jane together, and Thor's just talking to Mjolnir, and he's protect her, whatever that little monologue he says to her, and that's how she becomes kind of worthy because Mjolnir essentially starts to care for Jane. So they're sentient, right?
So
and they probably realize Vision's a good guy, or he realized
that thing in the last part. The last part of the question. Okay, so what made Vision able to be worthy of wielding Mjolnir?
Because Vision he's a good guy.
But what made
it? Or a good.
I mean, he's a robot, but
no, he's not a robot. He's a. They didn't call him a robot. Was it android? No, not it.
He's like a sentient.
I don't remember what they called it. It wasn't a robot though. He's not a robot, for sure.
But he also had the Mind Stone, therefore he's conscious, and that's why he was able to wield it. But he wasn't able to wield it later on, right?
Well, in the movie he was. Well, because his intentions are pure, right? Mm-hmm. He explains that he doesn't hate Ultron, but he is on the side of life, right? He explains that when he's talking to Thor, when he's basically, the Avengers how can we trust you? And he's like, well, you can't. But I don't hate Ultron, but he wants to destroy everything, and I love life. I mean, that right there made him worthy. The Hammer's like, oh, yeah.
Do you think that as he became more conscious, because he was pretty much fresh spawn essentially, and that's why he was pure? Do you think as he started to gain more consciousness, would he still be able to wield it in the future, or do you think it was just at that time?
Maybe.
No, yeah, no, I certainly
possibly.
Think so.
Cool.
Let's bounce back to DC, specifically the Super Universe. Supergirl starts filming in January.
Yeah.
Are we excited?
Yes, very excited.
Do you think we see her at all in Superman?
1000%. So apparently I think it was Brandon Davis or somebody.
He's dropping confirmed here.
1000%. So if it's, I don't know if it's going to be a post credit, but apparently an unnamed actress watched the trailer and said that she cried, but we don't she wasn't in the trailer, but she's a part of the movie. That tells me that it's possibly Millie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who's playing Supergirl? I'm looking.
Millie Alcock. She did House of the Dragon before the time skip.
Oh,
great casting choice.
I think it's a great casting choice. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Could get behind that.
We talked about this a few podcasts ago.
I forgot.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk about a lot though. I'll give that to you.
Sonic 3, 98% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Sonic 4 is now officially in the works. I accidentally watched the post-credit scene.
Have y'all? I saw it yesterday.
No, I haven't seen the movie, but you're not going to spoil. I mean, I'll watch it. You're not. I mean, I'll watch it, but you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's fantastic. I thought it was fantastic.
Everybody's saying
I really did. I thought it was fantastic. It is what you expect it to be. It's goofy, corny humor, but that's what it is, right? So knowing that, knowing what the Sonic movies actually are, fantastic. Action is pretty cool. I will say there are some cheesy moments. There's this moment where, there's a fight, Shadow Sonic, and it freeze frames to basically give you a poster pretty much. And I'm that's funny. But it breaks the fourth wall at one point. Jim Carrey is fantastic. The action is actually really good. It's heartfelt. I think it looks great. I actually thought at one point in time, I was the CGI looks really good. Like it's fantastic. So I thought it overall was a really great movie. And
what would you rate it?
Yeah, I mean it's up there. Like again, for what it is, right? Yeah. Knowing what it's the best.
That's how you should rate any movie for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I would say like a 9.5 out of 10. Okay. It's the best Sonic movie by far for me. Yeah.
All right. You haven't seen it yet, Wes, right?
No, I haven't seen it. I will be.
But it's getting the ratings and everything to keep it going. So Sonic 4 is happening. Sonic 4, yeah. And post-credit scene, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but I see the formula of what they're doing here. Literally.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
No, it's bring a new one in, everyone.
A new person, right? Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves. I actually don't know who voices Tails. Who voices Tails?
I'm not sure.
But it's definitely a bring a new one.
SCU, bro. Sonic Cinematic Universe.
It is. I mean, it basically is now. All right. Kraven the Hunter flop. Shocker.
Wow.
Done now. Question mark.
Expecting that. Oh.
I'm seeing reviews that Kraven's worse than Madam Web.
Oh no. How's that even possible?
I don't think I could say that. The scene.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a disaster like anything you can expect to be, but the scenes where with Aaron Taylor Johnson, when there's like action, they are really good. The problem is they don't really focus on that too much, right? You just get them here and there, but they are really good.
Give me a shake your head moment. You're like, come on, Sony, really?
The whole movie. Like, I mean, Rhino, I didn't like really. I could just say honestly, I just really didn't like almost anything besides like when Aaron Taylor Johnson's in action.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Sony produced.
What do you give it out of 10?
Spider-Man-ish film.
What do you give it out of 10?
I don't remember what I gave Madam Web. Maybe like a 2 out of 10. I gave Madam Web. So maybe like a 3 out of 10. I mean, I'm not saying that like it's like miles ahead of Madam Web, but I am saying Madam Web is pretty bad. Yeah, it's probably like a 3 or 4 out of 10.
Well, I'm not surprised at all.
It wasn't like Venom, the last dance, where I'm like, guys, like it's Venom, you know it. It's kind of like Sonic. It's like, oh, you know what it's gonna be. Treat it for what it is. And I'm like, yeah, Venom was kind of fun, right? I didn't really hate it. Like it was good for what it was. I can't really say that about Kraven.
We're more attached to Venom.
Definitely are, right?
Than Kraven. I mean,
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
I hope they're done. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope they're done.
They got one more in them.
No, please no.
They're definitely done with whatever they're doing right now. They're stopping. The only question is, do they try to start the universe again, like with a fresh slate? And the answer to that should be no, they shouldn't do it. Please. But it is Sony, so if they do it, I'm not shocked in the slightest.
Please no. Fallout wins best adaptation. Does that mean they're saying it was closest to the story material?
No, it's just best adaptation from video game series to like
you're talking about the show
live action.
But yeah, could we take that as they got it right from the source material?
Yeah,
because they did.
Yeah, I mean it's original story, so like you can't. I mean, I guess it's quote unquote an original story. It's like kind of mixed, but yeah, dude, like amazing show. Season 2 soon.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, really? Season 2 soon? That's cool.
Yeah. Dude, I literally binge watched that thing.
Yeah,
as fast as I could. It was so good. All right, Sadie Sink reportedly a front runner for Jean Grey.
Yes,
Sadie Sink? I gotta look her up.
She's Stranger Things redhead.
Yep, amazing actress.
Oh, the one that like eyeballs went had the song playing.
They're running up that hill. Yeah.
Okay.
Running up that hill.
Yeah.
That was a good scene,
I like
dude.
that.
Is she too young? Is my only question.
I don't think so.
I mean, she's 3 years older than when you saw her there. Yeah. Stranger Things has been going on for a decade. I mean, look at Bobby.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, does she look too young to play Jean Grey right now? Because she does still look pretty young. She's definitely, obviously aged, but I think it depends on like how old the X-Men are going to be.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
If they're really going for like a first class where it's just like her, Iceman, Beast, Cyclops, Professor X, like if they're going for X-Men first class, then I think it works. But it's gonna be like a real young X-Men team, which I'm not saying is bad, but it is gonna be young. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be good. Real quick before we go on, Justice League versus Justice League, Snyder's Justice League versus the Avengers. Who wins that?
Oh, who wins? You're asking me who wins?
Yeah.
So
it's actually
Flash,
I think it's a
Wonder
really easy
Woman,
answer.
Cyborg, Superman.
I mean, if Cyborg has his real powers, then yeah, Justice League wins. But and the Superman.
I think the Justice League wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the only thing I'm thinking of, because I would say the only thing the Avengers would really have, like Cyborg could get rid of Iron Man. But then you just think about Thor's power compared to Superman, and that's a classic who's stronger type of situation. But then you add in the hammer being worthy. You could argue Superman might be worthy.
He's worthy.
Mjolnir, though. I mean,
what about Justice League versus X-Men?
Which X-Men?
I mean,
who's on right? You know,
a normal squad. Professor X.
Wolverine. So very first X-Men film. Beast, Professor X, sure. Cyclops, Jean Grey. I mean, Jean Grey.
It's X-Men. Yeah, it's X-Men. It's
Jean Grey alone.
Justice League has no psychic. They have nobody that can get in their head like that.
Right.
So they get in their head and then have Wolverine just go mop them up. You know.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, literally, Jean Grey and Professor X can control people's minds. Like,
yeah.
All right. Cool. New report. Oh no, wait. A new Mummy movie is officially happening at Blumhouse. If it doesn't have Brendan Fraser, I don't give two.
I mean, the attempt to revive the Mummy before with Tom Cruise failed, and it was with Tom Cruise and some other notable actors. Like literally, it's this classic conversation. Like, is Hollywood just really running out of things? Like, you're just trying to milk everything that's already there. Make new stuff.
It just makes you wonder if we don't see the actual numbers. Like all we see is, oh, it was a box office failure, and oh, this didn't make any money. It was a financial flop. I'm wondering if that's actually. I wonder if that's accurate, because a lot of that stuff doesn't count in the residual effect of licensing fees and trademarks and things and toys and every other little thing you're not thinking about. So I'm just wondering if there's actual like a lot of money being made even on the super, super bad ones, and we just don't see that bottom line. And that's why they do it.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's different. Like if you're talking about Sony, you could argue that they're just doing it for the rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could, but somebody's going to go order Madam Web 3 years down the road on Amazon Prime. A bunch of somebody.
But I do write a lot of the stuff off, right? They write off their losses, which they need.
Of course they do. Yeah, they've got the best accountants and tax attorneys.
Right, yeah, I mean,
I feel like even the flops that are put out on the internet, where if you would go out and say, "Oh, here's the box office numbers for this show," and it flopped. This show cost $350 million, but it only brought in $180 million. Well, that doesn't talk about over time residuals. I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, these movies play on TV and stuff like that.
They're all making money. Most of them get toys in Walmart. I mean,
yeah, and they only talk about box office, really, those numbers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's not just toys. If you really think about it, I mean, it's branded toothpaste,
shirts,
shampoos,
stuff like that.
Candy, shirts. Yeah.
But then you have to ask yourself, well, did they overproduce on those and then it flopped and they didn't sell those? You know what I mean? They could be hitting, they could be taking a loss on those.
I would say back in the day, they recouped a lot on DVDs and Blu-rays, but obviously that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, they still do. They do like the steel books and stuff now, which are pretty popular.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying the Madam Web steel book or the Kraven the Hunter steel book. You know what I mean?
So apparently nobody cares about the new Mummy movie.
I probably won't. I mean, unless Brendan Fraser's in it, then you got my attention.
If Brendan Fraser's in it, I am on board.
It's Blumhouse. It's by the dude. The director is Lee Cronin, who did Evil Dead Rise. I don't know, dude. Like, I think it could be pretty good. I mean, I always like the originals, you know. So
the originals are fantastic.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, I think they like if they can get Brennan back, that'd be insane. But it's the same thing that it's the National Treasure situation as well. Like, look at that. You know, we've got Nicolas Cage, who's still acting. It is very easily could do it.
Why would Pirates, you not bring him back? Why would you make that TV show? Which sucked,
dude, it sucked.
I never watched it.
It sucked
because
it didn't have Nicolas Cage.
exactly. It
wasn't just Nicolas Cage. It was also his sidekick.
He had Riley in it. Yeah, Riley in it.
Riley was great, dude.
Yeah, Riley was in like the last episode, and then it was just over. I was like, I watched this whole series so that I could see Riley. And
you got this big Amazon whatever production. They put a lot of money in. Nicolas Cage is over here doing $100,000 budget movies. You don't think you could get him?
They're just milking everything, milking all IPs that they
Speaking of that, new report on the next James Bond movie. For those that care, development is stalled. There's currently no script or story. Amazon is interested in making spin-off projects, aka MCUing the 007. I think that would be interesting. Producer Brenda Broccoli was pissed when Amazon called Bond content and thinks they're effing idiots. Called Bond content and thinks they're effing idiots. Me personally, I'm not vested in the James Bond universe, so
I am.
I think MCUing it would be
it would lose a lot of what it is, I think. Cool. And I don't think they should do anything with Amazon. I don't think Amazon can really do things too well yet. I really don't. I think they screwed up with Lords of the Ring of Power so badly. Yeah. It could have been so much better.
They crushed the boys
by somebody else. Yeah, but like out of all the things they've tried to do, you got one thing right. Which, to be honest, like it's not that hard to do the boys right. Like,
they did Fallout, Reacher.
Reacher's
they just got Lord of the Rings wrong, bro.
No, they've gotten a lot wrong. But
he's taking it personal.
Wes, look
he brings up
the popcorn bucket. Oh, how was that movie? Dude, it's the bucket.
This is a popcorn bucket.
It's awesome.
Dude, let's go.
It doesn't even fit hardly any popcorn in it.
Imagine taking it to the theater, bro.
In them, and I got the Sonic one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever put popcorn in them.
Yeah. But imagine like you're just at the theater and you're just eating it.
I know. Well, that's what I was like. How do I eat this? Like, I just hold it like this. So I have to hold a hammer like the entire time I'm eating food, or do I hold it out? Like, I don't think I'm eating like this, and people who need to walk by, I'm like, how
you're gonna be poking somebody in the back of the head in front of you.
I'm like, what am I
swinging that thing around?
But the thing is cool. I mean,
that's awesome.
Or somebody goes to swing theirs and popcorn flies
out.
And that's bro, it's because the popcorns that they're not doing any original content because you got these freaking remakes that they can make a bucket out of it.
We can make 10 million off popcorn buckets.
I mean, it was 30.
People like Warren will buy every one of them. Look at his background.
But have you seen the I've
started a collection. That's what I'm doing now.
I know.
Here's a popcorn bucket. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one, the Sonic one. I love.
Did you see the Batman one? Awesome. The bat signal, an actual working bat signal.
What do you think What do you think the Superman popcorn bucket's going to be?
Probably
a crypto dog dish.
A crypto dog bowl would be sick.
Oh, that would be so cool. I would buy that so hard. But probably.
How much was that? How much was that hammer?
The hammer I think was like 30, and then normally they're like $24.99. I don't care. I mean,
do you get unlimited refills with it? Can you bring your
hammer? Yeah, I've never eaten popcorn out of any of them.
You should take your hammer to the next movie and get a refill on it.
Yeah, Warren, check that Discord. I sent you the.
Okay, but what is it for?
It's I don't know, but it's just a
movie
AMC popcorn bucket. I don't know what was it. Maybe, yeah.
How much is this one here? It's only for. It's a pre-order,
but it's only on like certain stores. I think you might have to like. No, it's. I think it's already been out, but, yeah, I'm not sure.
Batman Bat Signal Light Popcorn. It's actually a light too.
Yeah, it's a light. Yeah, it's actually sick.
This one's $37, but I think they're cool. They work for me.
Yeah, I don't have one yet, but
maybe that's how they recoup their money.
It may be. There's so many different avenues. All right, it's hit or miss time.
Okay, here we go. Got a good list for you guys. Hit or miss. We have the start, Michael Bay.
I think he's a hit. I like.
Michael Bay in general. Yeah,
Michael Bay.
He's a hit.
Everything goes boom.
But do you like lens flares and crazy action and good music?
Yeah.
I mean, I like a lot of the stuff that he's produced. Yeah. That he's made.
Michael Bay's a hit. Yeah.
Next up, we have hit or miss. The Ninja Turtles movies.
Which ones?
We'll say the live action ones.
Which ones?
Yeah.
All of them.
The OG Secret of the Ooze, those were hits. I'm not a big fan of the new.
I don't like any of the newer
where they're the big buff turtles, like they're like jacked on steroids. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't. I
haven't seen the Mayhem one though.
I didn't like the animation style of it. I never saw it.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that good.
I'm gonna say miss. I don't think.
OG ones are a hit to me.
OG ones are a hit for sure, but the newer everything they've done nowadays, I don't know.
Yeah,
agreed.
I'm with them.
Yeah, the OGs were just so awesome. Okay, next up, hit or miss. The Superman trailer. Just put the green thing. Yep.
We just thought,
huge,
total,
hit.
absolutely,
huge hit. Everything about
the best hit.
I did not find one thing wrong about it. I didn't find any critique.
I couldn't.
Wait,
really
did you
either.
not see on Twitter? People were like, "Oh, this looks like it was shot by the CW," because like some of the NPCs.
So many people said that,
dude. It's like, bro, come on, just say you hate things. You say you don't like anything new.
I'm different. Look at me.
Exactly. Yeah. Next up, hit or miss. Christmas decorations.
They're a hit if you just get to go look at them. They're a miss if you actually have to put them up.
Put them up.
No, they're a hit all around. Jimmy's crazy.
Okay.
Bro, I almost fell off a roof. Like my own roof.
Well, don't do them yourself.
Because I was doing them in the rain. And I literally almost.
Well, yeah, that's a hazard.
I almost
had to get
on a ladder on the roof in the rain. I think you should chalk that up to bad life decisions, Jimmy.
I mean.
Okay, next up, hit or miss.
I pay someone to do mine. I ain't getting on my roof. My roof's deep too.
Yeah, we're pretty basic on how we do it. Next up, hit or miss. Crypto in the new Superman trailer.
Oh my gosh, he's like the best part.
Take me home, Crypto.
Awesome. Just running.
But he's got all the curly hair, bro.
He comes sledding in.
Care.
Like he's got the snow behind him.
Right, exactly. I was like,
looks like he turned on his jet burners.
It could have been a toy Yorkie, and I would have been excited.
Exactly. Yeah.
The doggo
gets like the Deadpool dog.
The doggo gets him. Oh yeah.
That would have been cool.
I mean, they probably took inspiration from that. I mean, honestly,
100%. Yeah.
We can market Crypto.
100p. I think he's probably gonna be the best part of the trailer or the movie. Honestly. Okay, next up, hit or miss. Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
I'm gonna call it a miss because I couldn't make it through the first episode. I was so disinterested.
I was when they first announced it, I was at Star Wars Celebration and they kind of talked about it. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna watch this one. It doesn't spark my interest.
It's too kiddie for me. And now that I know it's on a planet that's apparently hidden from the rest of the universe, it's not part of anything. But
a lot of people have said it's really good, right?
I should probably give it a chance, but I tried to watch the first episode and I was bored out of my mind.
I'm gonna skip because I'm gonna get around to it.
Yeah, my parents are.
People have said it's good, so I'm gonna give it a chance.
I've seen the people say it's good in a fun, whimsical Goonies way, and that's cool. I don't know.
I've heard
my
some
parents are watching it. Yeah,
it's one of their favorite things.
Maybe it gets more serious toned as it goes.
Or maybe it's just the Acolyte was the last thing we got. So by comparison,
the Acolyte. Okay, well, next up we
don't speak of that on this Star Wars podcast.
Next up, hit or miss.
Didn't we all agree in general as a populace to erase it from existence?
Yeah, we totally did. Yeah. Okay, hit or miss. Naughty Dog, the developer. They've done things like Last of Us, Jack and Daxter, Uncharted.
Hit. Naughty Dog, come on. They're OG.
The new Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
Get away from the title.
Why not?
They're a hit.
We just call it Intergalactic.
Naughty Dog's a hit. For sure.
Okay. Next up, hit or miss. The live action Lilo and Stitch movie.
How
are we feeling?
I don't care. I don't have any skin in the game on Lilo
and
Stitch.
I think they should just stop redoing these live
action. He's tired of all these redos.
Unless they're going to do it shot by shot. And I know some people are like, well, then yeah, exactly. I already know what happens. And I already like the movies as they freaking are. So do it shot for shot. I'm not seeing Snow White. We've talked about that already. Like, I'm just not going to go see it.
Or don't do it at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do it shot for shot, or don't do it at all.
So like, you're saying you're not waiting in line to get your live action Moana bucket?
I've seen them,
dude. That made like 600 mil.
They were there last night when I went and saw.
No, live action.
Oh, live action. Oh,
live
okay.
action.
Oh, live action. What's it just? It's gonna be The Rock's face. Like
he looks buff.
What's it gonna be? You know? Oh, it could be his little pick thing, his sword.
Oh, they really are though. They are literally just double dipping on this stuff as hard as they can.
Because I know people like me will buy it. Yeah. Even the guy, like I buy it to put in my stuff, and even there was a guy next to me with his family. His wife was like, "You're not gonna put popcorn in it?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "I don't either." And he's like, "Yeah, I just put it on my shelf." I'm like, "That's what I do." I should have asked if he was a YouTuber or something.
You great content. Okay, next up, last one, hit or miss. The Star Wars Disney Plus shows. Not a Star Wars podcast. Yeah. Not a Star Wars podcast.
I think we've talked about this.
We have, yeah.
Andor was kind of boring to me. I know a lot of people loved it.
That's a hot take, by the way.
It is
people
a hot
love that.
I'm gonna say overall, it's been
Ahsoka was fantastic to me.
Right, Mandalorian.
Acolyte was dog poop. Skeleton Crew, I already told you I was bored after the first half. Book of Boba, dog poop. Mandalorian started out slow, got better. So I'm on the fence, man. I'm on the fence. Some good, some bad.
Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Obi-Wan Kenobi got hate, but I actually really enjoyed it.
I really liked it. I really liked The Mandalorian.
Okay, so it's probably
Ahsoka
65 good, 35% bad.
Well, not if you liked Andor, which you didn't, but the general populace did.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe it's because what was really bad? Book of Boba Fett wasn't that good.
Book of Boba was terrible.
And then what else?
Some people argue Obi-Wan was not good.
I liked Obi-Wan.
And Skeleton Crew is the one up on the.
But people have been talking like positively about it. So I mean, I think overall it's been better. It's been like if you're gonna be like, if you have to lean one side, good or bad, I think it's been a hit.
I mean, Acolyte was like a swift kick in the nuts, though. I mean, Acolyte
should have never happened, or if it did, it should have had a different director and different story and all that stuff.
Yeah, different cast, different episodes, different.
Honestly, the cast was fine. That girl Amandla was really stupid about how she handled everything.
Everything.
Yeah, she just handled everything so poorly. Like if she didn't attack fans, I don't think, and she got hate for the wrong reason.
She read the writing on the wall. She knew that was her 15
she knew,
minutes,
and she was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out
stupid, but whatever.
Go out hot. That's what. Well, he's a different level, but Joker, follow do.
Oh, Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips, same thing.
I mean, it was stupid for him to say what he said too. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like, nah, Brad, it sucked. Like whether you tried to make it suck on purpose or it just sucked and whatever it was and whatever, we don't care because what we saw sucked. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we have a theory today, and it's a South Park theory. I'm interested for this one. I see the first as soon as I see Kenny. All right, Kenny dies in season 5. And then returns at the end of season 6. During the time in between, he isn't present at all. There's no Kenny. Then he just reappears again, and everyone seems to forget he died, just like normal, but with a longer period of time in between him dying and coming back. So in season 9, we get introduced to Kenny's younger sister, Karen, for the first time. And by season 15, Kenny is shown being protective of her as his persona Mysterion. We also know that Kenny resurrects by being reborn in the literal sense. His mother literally gives birth to him again when he dies, and he grows up overnight. So if you consider the timing and the method for his resurrection, it seems like the reason that Kenny can't resurrect is because his mother was already pregnant with Karen. After she gave birth to Karen, she was then able to continue her curse and give birth to Kenny again. All I'm going to say here is I feel so bad for Kenny's mom.
For real.
Because
Because he dies in every episode, right?
What's the die counter on Kenny?
Well, let's see.
I haven't really watched South Park in the way that like I've watched every episode.
127 times.
He has died 127 times, so she has rebirthed him 127 times. I did not know that when he died, she rebirthed him.
I didn't know
she rebirthed
him. Yeah, I never really followed South Park that closely. I do think it's funny.
That's actually kind of morbid if you think about it. That's really morbid.
I mean, it would fall in line with what the creators would do, though.
This is true.
So.
All right, random topics. Nintendo Switch has now outsold the PS2 to become the second best-selling console. Didn't they cheat? We already talked about this.
No, this is in the US.
But didn't they cheat?
I mean, PlayStation kind of cheated because they
PlayStation cheated, added some extra
the numbers. Yeah.
So even with PlayStation cheating, Nintendo wins.
Nintendo wins.
Basically,
we'll take that one. Skibbity toilet no. There's a Skibbity toilet.
There's a
skin.
Skibbity.
No, there's not.
Yeah, it's a back bling.
Yeah, I think
it's a back bling.
It's a toilet with like a head on it.
Yep.
Oh my God.
What is Skibbity? What is Skibbity?
Don't even, dude. Just don't.
Yeah, don't go down the rabbit hole. But it's like
I'm good. I don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You don't want to. Maybe go search it on
TikTok.
It's a TikTok
tonight.
Yeah. I'm good. I don't need to.
I cannot believe they leaned into that. I can't believe that.
Yeah. What's funny is the Gary's Mod dude who was he made the game that the texture was from, and he's like, I don't care if Skibbity's in Fortnite. I'm 42.
Jesus,
that's funny.
And I bet it sells insanely well.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 accessory manufacturers have leaked.
Renegade Raider added to Fortnite as well.
It's not a big deal to me because
I agree.
But it was one of the OG skins. So now everybody's going to get it. It's a cash grab. But then Fortnite says, don't worry,
OG. Releasing the same OG skin.
They are, but they say, don't worry, OG people. In June of 2025, we're going to give you a special Renegade Raider skin that nobody else has.
They already had a special Renegade Raider skin.
You're absolutely right.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Nintendo Switch 2 accessory manufacturers have leaked the design, and it looks like the freaking Switch. Why are we excited about this, Wes? I saw it.
I mean,
it looks like a Steam Deck.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a Nintendo Switch.
Looks like a Switch / Steam Deck.
I mean, a Steam Deck looks like a Switch. Okay, come on now.
But it looks like the other
you're
one.
saying that the Switch 2 looks like a Switch?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
I
mean,
the most boring leak of all time.
Okay, the reason the leak is relevant is, I mean, you got companies like dbrand who are just publishing a website, on their website that has Switch 2 and it has the actual the model and everything, and Nintendo hasn't done anything about it. But it's
because it's probably intentional.
Well, not quite, but we think that it could be intentional, but who knows? But I mean,
build hype up for stuff.
The hype is already as high as it can go.
I know it's good for Wes because he can make videos on it, but I don't care.
I mean, after a while, I don't even care about the Switch 2 anymore, bro.
It's got a picture of the Switch 2. Huge news.
I actually haven't posted a Switch 2 video in forever.
It's time, bro. It's time.
Yeah.
All right. Will Assassin's Creed Shadows succeed or fail? I have a feeling it's going to fail.
So, okay. I think that you're probably right, mainly because of the all of the conversation and discussion around it. They're the agenda driven people, they're upset about it. But if you've watched the new gameplay, bro, it looks way better from the time that we saw it before to now. It looks pretty solid.
It's
in
not
terms
that.
Of the gameplay.
It's just the fact that their machine is chugging out 3 games a year. It feels like there's just imagine what it could be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine what it could be.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't know, dude. I think that I think once we get the game, we'll be able to truly know. But as long as it's not Valhalla, bro, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I say that on purpose.
Valhalla.
That was
Valhalla. I say it on purpose. Valhalla. It's Valhalla. I'll also need the clip later.
It was a super buggy game.
It was massive, bro. Really? And it was in the most boring region ever. Who wants to have a in the UK? Dude, so
if you're gonna do a massive one, you do it with Odyssey, where you're going to Rome and Greece and all the islands,
actual locations.
Yeah, it was pretty
not
cool.
Wooded with a bunch of rain.
Yeah, it was very dreary too. I remember that. What is your game of the year? Each one of you. Mine's Marvel Rivals.
Honestly, yeah. I've been having a lot of fun playing it.
It's addictive.
I don't know if I'm
terrible
or good, because I'll have games where I'm clapping, but then I'll have games where I'm terrible.
It's because it has SBMM in it. We played ranked today for 3 hours on my live stream, and we'd go 2 games where we were like gods in ranked, and then we would just get
destroyed. I'm just I can't decide if I'm good or bad or both, or sometimes
I think I'm a little below average. I'm getting really good with Punisher. But it's one of those, when you get into ranked, you have to have a team and you have to be able to communicate. Or
that's the biggest thing I think about it is you have to have a team, and the team has to know what to do.
To do. Yeah, roles. What do you think, Wes?
Mine is in between Black Myth Wukong and
that was
Game Science. They were actually pretty sad that they lost.
So it's not that Astrobot.
No. So I haven't fully beat Astrobot, but like all Astrobot is just Nintendo design. Like that's just Nintendo platform. That's literally Super Mario Odyssey, but with the PlayStation skin. Straight
so
up.
you're not a fan of it getting picked?
I think that it was a worthy game to be nominated. I don't think it should have won. I don't think it should have beat Black Myth Wukong, and I definitely don't think it should have beat Metaphor ReFantazio. Metaphor was really solid game so far. I played it for like 15 hours ish.
Warren, what is that?
It's an anime
I don't
game.
know anything.
It's a weird game. So it's by the
I don't know
Persona
what
people.
Astro World is, or like
It's by the Persona people.
Okay, all right,
Alice.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. Let's move on because Warren has nothing to give us.
I played Marvel Rivals.
Marvel
There you
Rivals,
go.
good.
There you go.
All right, one must go.
One must go time. Let's get it.
And then we have a new segment.
Okay, let's get it. Okay, so also I'm surprised you didn't say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Warren, or did you play that yet?
No, yeah, I mean, but I just feel like Marvel Rivals is so fresh and just
That's
I'm
true.
a Marvel
That's
guy, you know, like
Yeah, it kind of fits the
you know, like
Okay.
Jimmy said Marvel Rivals. I was like, yeah, I mean, I was playing it last night. I'm gonna play.
I haven't played it
with
yet.
my buddies. Like, dude, it's fun. I'm a
I gotta
Psylocke
try it.
main, and I'll every now and then I'll rock magic. And last night I went healer. I'm a terrible healer. At least I was before last night. But last night I was actually Luna Snow, and I was actually doing a pretty decent job as a healer. So
Nice. Dude, I saw a Twitter thread where someone was like, when is Green Lantern going to be added to Marvel Rivals? And I'm like, are you dumb? It's got to be engagement bait, bro.
it has to be. The people do that stuff like that on purpose now, or like they'll spell things the wrong way with auto caption, so people will comment like it's not your, it's your, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. One must go.
Gotta
guys.
get those clicks.
The TMNT movie, the original live action movie, TMNT, the Secret of the Ooze, TMNT, the CGI movie, and TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem gone. The cartoon, the newest cartoon.
The new one I never saw.
Keep the original. You keep Secret of the Ooze. I'll even keep 3 where they go to the samurai, going back in time over the new stuff.
I prefer those over whatever the new animation was for what they decided to do. I really didn't like it.
Yeah, they tried to pull like a Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales.
Right. Yeah, I just didn't like it, and that's what kept me from seeing it. In all honesty. So
yeah, like dude, even Spider-Verse, like I like it, but dude, some of the frame rate, it looks like it's low frame rate, but it's actually like drawn, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, like with stuff like that, I can't watch too much of it
because
I don't typically. Well, I just don't tend to like things like that. Right.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, it's gonna be a hot one.
The Spider-Verse movies are amazing. All right, hot one.
Here we go. Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill Superman.
That's such a
just two.
That's such a like, you know, you feel compelled to say Christopher because he's, you know, that's Superman, right? I mean, it's just like, so it's like you're putting us in a corner here because it's like you really get hate no matter what.
I'm old enough to say Christopher Reeve. Like he was.
You get rid of him?
No, I would keep him. I would get rid of him.
Well, that's
Cavill.
what I'm saying.
But that's
right?
not saying I think Henry Cavill is I think a Superman when I think Henry Cavill because it's more fresh. But if you just look at the embodiment of Superman and the look of Superman, Christopher Reeves, he's peak. It's the peak to me.
I'm going to go ahead and just be completely honest and just say Henry Cavill's my Superman. I'm keeping him. Right. It's not that I have any disrespect towards Christopher Reeve at all. Like I obviously love him. He is Superman. But to me, you know, starting this career and doing everything, it was Henry Cavill. Yeah. I really like Henry Cavill as a person as well. I think he's just a gentleman. So he's my Superman. It's not to say you can't have more than one, but you know,
yeah,
he's the peak for me.
Narrator, the Snyderverse fans sheath their sword. Okay, next up, guys.
I just really like Henry Cavill, and Man of Steel was just so good.
Henry's just a stand-up dude for sure.
He really is, and that's what compels me more towards him.
I can't wait for 40K. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, next up, Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles. Who's going?
Sonic, yeah.
I think Knuckles, just a little bit I know and like what I've seen, Knuckles is hilarious to me. I think he's funny.
Oh, I'm thinking of everything, the games, you know.
And then
like,
Shadow,
I always thought Knuckles was so cool. Shadow's
the strongest, right? Technically, kind of technically.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's
See you later, Sonic.
Yeah, a bunch of haters, bro.
Well, who would you take?
I love Sonic.
Oh no, Sonic's going bye-bye as well.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Knuckles is cool.
Shadow
is just so cool.
Nah, here's what I'm doing. I'm adding Tails to the list, and I'm getting rid of Tails.
I would get rid of Tails too.
I think most people get rid of Tails. Somebody said something. They were like, "Yeah, but she." I'm like, Tails is a guy. And they're like, "No, he's
not if
Tails
they
is
don't
a
want
girl."
him to be.
And I'm like, "Nope, Tails is a guy."
Yeah. Next up, we have getting a little festive. Home Alone, Elf, Nightmare Before Christmas, or Die Hard. One's got to go.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
What? Oh, let me read it. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. I never underdude the hype.
I didn't like it.
Dude, Tim Burton's legendary.
I don't really either. So when I was 15, I dated a girl who was like all about it, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like,
this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's catchy songs, but like, I don't like the theme of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, come on. Die Hard is Bruce Willis. Elf is one of the best Christmas movies of all time, and Home Alone's Home Alone.
You're never getting.
Get rid of the cartoon.
Yeah, okay, I'll get rid of Nightmare Before Christmas, just simply because the others are just so good. I can't get rid of. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay, next up, one must go. Here we go. Try not to get canceled or get canceled. Mr. Beast, PewDiePie,
We're still here.
Jacksepticeye, or Markiplier. One must go.
Jacksepticeye. Wait, no, Mr. Beast. I don't. It's not. This isn't. So, it's really weird. When it comes to PewDiePie, I really like PewDiePie. He's a goat to me. I think Markiplier is really, really funny. So when I narrow it down to Jacksepticeye and Mr. Beast, and then I narrow it down to their content, I like Jacksepticeye's content more than I like Mr. Beast. I'm not saying it's bad. I've just never been able to get into it, his content.
I mean, when you throw around the word like the GOAT, like PewDiePie GOAT, you gotta. I don't see how you can't put Mr. Beast up there, GOAT status. I don't like Mr. Beast's content.
Yeah. I've never been able to get into his content. My editor, Chris, loves his content. And I'm like,
I'm not even just talking about content. I'm talking about what he's put out there, what he's done. I'm not saying anything against these other guys, and they may have donated and done good stuff for the world and everything like that in their own manner, but nobody even touches the philanthropy and stuff that he has done and done. He has a channel that every bit of it goes to a food kitchen or a food place in North Carolina on the weekly. Like,
how do you know?
A food bank.
I've seen videos that say, hey, Mr. Beast visited here and said he was going to pay for all this stuff, but he never did.
I don't believe any of that stuff. I don't. If any of that stuff was true, he would not be airing on Amazon right now.
I mean, companies want to make money.
Yeah, companies don't want to get canceled either. Besides Jaguar, they want to get canceled. I'm getting rid of Jacksepticeye.
I'm getting rid of Mr. Beast. I don't care. I'm not saying he's bad. I've never cared.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotta get rid of Mr. Beast just because once you no, hear me out. Okay, it's not even because of like his
I'm just thinking content.
I think his content is fine, but once you know what he's doing,
it's right. Exactly.
Everything is an algorithm to ensure to optimize engagement, retention. He's the GOAT as a YouTuber, but not as a content creator. If he would I actually like Mr. Beast gaming better than more than I like the main channel, but I don't even think he does anything on gaming anymore.
To me, and it also depends on what you watch YouTube for, right? Because I don't really watch YouTube for, and this is gonna sound really weird, but for entertainment like he does. I would rather watch an actual TV show than, because I feel like that's what he kind of goes for, right? Because his content's so different than from what a normal YouTube video would be. The production is so high that it feels like a TV show. So I guess that maybe to me that's always been what it was. I would rather go watch Wipeout than watch Mr. Beast or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not dogging on him. It's just it's never been for me. I can't relate. I guess I don't want to say I can't relate to it because it's not necessarily relatable content, but I don't know.
He's definitely 66% of the Multiverse podcast hates Mr. Beast.
We do not hate Mr. Beast, but PewDiePie, dude, that guy makes me laugh. Bro, that guy makes me laugh.
Mr. Beast is on the Mount Rushmore of YouTubers for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so is
yeah, PewDiePie as well. I wouldn't put Jack or
actually
Markiplier.
You can't even see it, but
he's got a PewDiePie popcorn bucket. Oh wait,
this was one of the things that you could get for when he hit the 100 million.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have 6,200 out of the 100 million.
Nice.
Boom. And he's got his trident from Minecraft.
I mean, PewDiePie is just he just don't miss, bro.
All right,
except that that one
new
thing.
segment.
Yep.
Question mark.
Here we go. You gonna read them off? I'll read them off, and you guys can react, or if you want to read off one. Or
you read them off, and we'll react.
Okay, here we go.
I didn't even look at it yet. So
okay, good deal.
Hot takes.
Wait, hold on.
Segment.
What do we do?
We agree or disagree in a way. React.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just react to
the
hot take. Okay. Hot take. Marvel is still peak. You just expect everything to be an Endgame level movie.
Ooh. I want to agree with that one, but I can't because there's some Marvel projects that aren't peak. But I understand where that hot take is going because not everything can be the culmination of Infinity War and Endgame or Doomsday and Secret Wars like that. It can't be like that. You have to have stepping stones. You have to have building blocks. And some people maybe can't get past the grand hoorah of it all to actually appreciate some of those. But then again, there's just crappy movies and there's good movies too. So,
I mean, it's like what? We're almost like 5 years since Endgame.
Yeah.
So I feel like you almost can't make that an argument because it's like, okay, we've had so many projects now. It's like, okay, we obviously know it's not all Endgame, right? That was just like very few shots in a lifetime event, right? You know, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. I love Marvel, and I've never, ever once thought Marvel's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Is it peak as it was before? No, it's not. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, not everything was a hit for Marvel Infinity Saga. A lot of people thought like, oh, it was just the best ever. No, there were misses in it, right?
Yeah.
But they produced such amazing movies in the mix of that I don't think we've truly gotten yet. I think we're about to. Like, I think going into like Fantastic Four, and I think Thunderbolts is going to be really good, and then Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think we'll get back to peak then. And when I hear peak, I think peak the best Marvel has been. We're not at the best Marvel has been.
I agree.
Okay, fair. Next up, hot take time. Disney live action remakes are actually amazing. You don't like them because you aren't the target demographic.
No, they're just not that good most of the time.
They are a double dipping regurgitated version of what we already got. He's right.
It's a money grab.
Either
make them shot for shot,
or don't make them
piss off
with the music as well.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Hey, Disney. Warren said piss off.
Yeah, I don't care. Why do you think I don't go to these events anymore? Right? People know. People ask me like, "Hey, why don't you go to all this stuff anymore?" I'm like, "Because I don't want to. Because I don't like interacting with the people. Like, it is a certain way there, and you guys can just tell.
Oh, well,
this is just a money grab.
I know.
Like, even and I like. Okay, so like I always go back to like Aladdin because I really liked Aladdin, like the live action one. But they did like a new song, and I'm like, I like the song. I don't like the fact that they did it. Like,
I got you. I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay, hot take. Apple TV Plus is the best Disney, or is the best streaming platform right now. I don't know where I had Disney.
That is the terrible take.
Succession, right? Or
Silo? No, that's HBO. Silo.
Come on.
For All Mankind.
You've got freaking. I mean, you could say Amazon Prime. You've got HBO. You've got Hulu. You've got Peacock. You've got.
Apple TV is the best streaming platform.
You've got Disney Plus.
There's Severance.
Bro, I can
Severance. That's what I was thinking.
I can think of some of those free
Severance
ones like Pluto and the free stuff that are better than Apple Plus.
It's definitely not the best.
It is not even close. It's at the end of my apps.
Yeah, okay. I don't actually have it, and I have like everything.
I only have it if I specifically need to. What do I need to watch in there? I think Ted Lasso.
For All Mankind is really good. You like that? Really good show.
Yeah, that's a wrong take.
Okay, that's a wrong take.
I've never watched it.
Okay, next up, hot take. The DCU will be better than the MCU.
Could be, possibly.
That's the thing, is it could be.
Could be. Depends on how this goes. I think it's in the right hands to give it a run.
Will it make that generational run that MCU did though?
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah,
I think it will.
Superman carries a lot of weight. I mean, that trailer has like 30 million views in 24
hours.
And
then you put Supergirl and a new Wonder Woman and Batman. Like it's really big.
I would argue and say the first Batman movie will be the biggest movie of the new DCU. It'll be bigger than Superman. I really
probably
feel that
would agree with that.
Yeah. Brave and the Bold.
If it doesn't get too watered out by the Batman 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be far apart. I mean, the bro's still writing the script, so actually, who knows? You know,
he said it's almost done the other day, or today or something. He said it's almost done.
Yeah. Next up, hot take. This is going to be a pretty hot take. Traditional movie theaters business will be dead in 20 years. We'll look back at them like they're blockbusters.
I hope not.
I really hope not too. I actually was sitting in the theater last night thinking, if that happened, I would like to own like a little theater and keep it going. Actually,
yeah. I mean, they survived COVID. They should have, if they were going to die, they were going to die in COVID. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. A lot of them almost did die. Yeah, actually, a lot of them probably did.
Some did die. No, some did, but I don't know. I think it's like, you know, it's date night. It's the taking the kids, you know, I don't think they die. Like, it's an experience.
For you and me, it is. But these younger people, they're grown up on the streaming platforms. They've grown up on the watch it on my phone. Watch a movie on my phone. What do you, Laney, you want to go to the movie? No, I can just watch that on the my phone.
I don't know. As I was leaving Sonic 3 last night, I watched this guy who I'm assuming is the father of one of these 3 little girls, or all the 3 little girls, I don't know. And they were all so excited.
I know.
They were like walking past the ticket where they check your tickets and like going to the theater, and they were like giggling, and I'm just like, that's cool. I was like, that's really awesome. These girls are really excited to go see Sonic, whatever it was they were about to go see. And I was like, no, it's like an experience, right? It's like a fun thing.
I agree. I just
even to some of these younger people. Well, it's up to you, parents. Take your kids to the movies so they don't just sit home.
Please don't let them close them down.
Okay, hot take. Single player games are better than multiplayer games.
That's not a hot take. I think that's true for the most part.
There's some people that won't play a game unless it's multiplayer.
Well, that's stupid.
No, I like the single, like Zeldas and
Zeldas and Red Dead Redemptions and good story modes and stuff. Just
Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I could get lost in the GTA 6 campaign as opposed to going and playing online.
Yeah. True. You know, rewinding it back just a little bit, it's just a funny story. My friend called me up and asked me like 2 days ago or something. He was like, "Hey, I'm about to watch Deadpool and Wolverine for the first time. My kid wants to watch it. Is that okay?" I'm like, "How old's your kid?" 7. No. They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Do not let your 7-year-old watch this." And so it's funny, him and his wife, he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, just in like the first few minutes, I understand." I was like, "Okay."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, hot take. Henry Cavill wasn't even that good of a Superman.
Shut your damn mouth. You shut it. He was amazing.
He was a really good Superman.
He was amazing.
That's completely a rage bait.
Yeah, we're just going to change this topic to rage bait.
See, we're going to clip this and we're going to put it on TikTok, but we're going to title it exactly how it was right there. Henry Cavill wasn't even that good of a Superman.
I'm ready.
And then we're going to get the Iron Man Batman arguments going.
He's got the Warhammer because, you know, Henry Cavill.
Perfect thumbnail.
Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay. Hot take. The Marvel Cinematic Universe will never recover. Doomsday and Secret Wars won't save them. A reset is the only way forward.
I disagree with that. Doomsday and Secret Wars will take us back to peak, like Warren said, but after that, the reset is going to be necessary.
But that is still going back, right? You know what I mean? Like that's recovering. So you can't, you know, I feel like that's a weird question or a weird take. I feel like it contradicts itself. But I feel like it contradicts itself because resetting it would still make it recover. Unless you're talking about like the same storyline. But we're going into mutants and
that's
the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like it'll recover with Doomsday and Secret Wars though. I mean.
And then the reset's the next big boom for it.
Right. But it's not it's gonna be like a comic reset. Like some things will still survive and then we'll have new things, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We have one comment that I wanted to focus on because it just really made my day. KPX DANY_DANY. I think this was on Spotify. Finally, a podcast that talks a bit about everything. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, everything. I love it. So far, guys, good job. Have to disagree with the whole Star Wars lightsaber battle, though. Not sure what he's talking about, maybe we said lightsaber battles are better now than they were. I don't know what he's talking about. Are there prequel lightsaber battles?
I think we've said like the prequels have just been like peak lightsaber battles. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I'm not. No. I was arguing the fact that I didn't think the 789 were that bad. I didn't think the Kylo and Rey fight on the ship with the water and the waves was bad. People were knocking on it, and I said it felt more like a John Wick, realistic. They got tired. It was real. They weren't dancing with pure energy, and there was no fatigue or any. It was visceral. It was more gritty to me. I think that's probably what he's talking about. Maybe. I don't know. But I appreciate the comment. And even though we are a Star Wars podcast, the fact that you like the fact we talk about everything from video games to food, we're not a Star Wars podcast. We just like to say that. I think because we launched the podcast right in the middle of the Acolyte mess, and we talked about it every episode. So that's where
we love Star Wars. That's the thing about me is I love it all, man.
Love.
Yeah, and I think that's something we have to remember when you like when a Superman trailer drops and you have people who are hating on it, it's really because they love a different Superman, right? You know what I mean? It's like very passionate people.
Most of them. Some of them are just dickheads.
Some are just rage baiting.
Yeah.
And I really hate that that's become a thing.
It is a big thing.
And some people are doing really well off of it, you know? But there are people that I think do a really good job at like writing that fine line, like the Critical Drinker. Like I think, like he did some stuff about Wicked because the actress with the poster change, she got all bent out of shape. But then he reviewed it and he was like, it was actually good. I was like, I like that a lot because you could consider his stuff rage bait sometimes. I prefer to call it honesty, but there are some other ones out there that really rage bait it. Yeah. And will always do it no matter what. But I found it nice when like Critical Drinker is like, you know what? I watched it. It was actually a pretty good movie. I'm like, good for you. Good for you. Like, yeah.
Well, there's hardly any humbleness.
Yeah.
Or there's hardly any out there. I was wrong. That's not a thing anymore.
Right. No, it's not.
And I said it with Agatha. I was like, I was wrong. This is really good.
I've never had any problem admitting I'm wrong. Like,
it's called being objective. You guys are objective.
Being objective, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like literally, like about anything. Like, with the exceptions of like a few things. Like, I'm not seeing Snow White. I have no desire to see Snow White.
You know what? That's the beauty of trailers. If you're not with the trailer, don't watch the movie.
Well, that's the thing. I waited for the trailer, and I saw it again the other day. I think yesterday, and I'm like, like the dwarves thing, man. Like it just pisses me off. And it not only does it piss me off because Disney's so hypocritical about it, but it looks terrible. The dwarves look terrible.
Yeah.
Like you're having both a live action and an animated movie in the same thing, and it's just not working for me. I have zero desire to see it.
And then Rachel Zegler doesn't help.
I don't like Rachel Zegler either. Yeah. So and to your point, Jimmy, we both admitted that in the latest Hunger Games, she did a good job. She did.
Fantastic. Killed it.
I don't like her.
Yep. All right, guys. That's it.
Episode 19. All right.
So episode 20 will be after Christmas.
More.
And then episode 21 will be live streamed on January 1st.
Boom.
20 weeks of this is crazy.
Yeah,
it's real.
Then it's already real. Then it's a habit.
But then it's a habit.
Then it's a habit.
Then we're not going anywhere. That's what that is. Right?